Hi, everyone. We have Coach here. If you have a question, please raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. First question comes from Amanda Hajar from Knicks Digital.
Hey, Coach. How important is momentum in this league? Do you feel that, every game at a time, or is momentum a big important thing to kind of trudge along?
Well, I think the important thing is to focus on doing the right things each day. I think if you take care of all the little things, the results will take care of themselves. And obviously, anytime you win, it's good. But in every game, whether you win or lose, you have to make sure that you're making the necessary corrections, you're building the right habits, get ready for the next one. They keep coming. So hopefully we're building the right habits. And I think you do that through your preparation, how you practice, how you concentrate. And you got to be an expert in team play. I think that's the big thing. It's not only worrying about yourself, but it's worrying about the team and doing all the things that will make the team successful.
Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Tom. I think you probably had Carmelo with Team USA a little bit, and just thoughts on maybe what you're seeing from him lately. I saw what he did the other day when they needed him, kind of out of the league for a little while, and then what he's come back to be.
Yeah, and obviously his career speaks for itself. He's been a great player in the league for a long time, and as obviously I tried to sign him when I was in Chicago. And just the way he can score the ball is very, very gifted, student of the game, great passion for the game. And he's played really well for them.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Just a couple of things. I noticed your practices have been a little later than in the past. I was wondering if that was a COVID thing or what was going on. And the other thing, just with Randall, did you name captains and preseason, or did you go without captains, or was he named the captain?
Yeah, we sort of rotated around, but he's been the veteran leader, and I want a team of leaders. So it's more about doing the right things each and every day, and you want your veterans to set the example, help bring the young guys along, and obviously we have a lot of young guys. In terms of the practice thing, just in terms of all the testing we're doing, just trying to figure out the best time where we can get it all done, and talk to our medical staff and got their input, talk to some of the players. And so it's not set in stone. We're just trying to see if this is the best time to do it.
Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, Tom, it seems like there's more early games for you guys than I can remember. Does it feel like there's more early games this season for you, and what kind of difference is that in terms of preparation?
Yeah, it's a challenge, but I think that's the challenge going into the season. And you talk about that in your first meeting. You have all kinds of different start times. Some are early, some are late. If you get into a TV schedule, national TV schedule, those times are all different. You get to the playoffs, those times are different. So whatever time they tell you you have to play, that you got to be ready to go. And so I think getting a routine in terms of preparation for a game is important. And just whatever the schedule says, we'll be ready. And early start, late start, back to back. I think the challenge has been with the season. You add in the later start in the season, the testing, being ready to play is critical.
Mike Workman, The Athletic.
Hey, Tom. I guess I want to continue the schedule talk. You guys have back-to-backs again this weekend, and you've had a number of them this season, and will continue to. After the league seemed to kind of work so hard to minimize the level of back-to-backs in the season, what is it like when you're trying to figure out minutes, workload, practice, all these things, to now have these be back integrated into a season, and you trying to figure out how to I guess deal with that at a renewed pace as opposed to been in the past few years?
Yeah, when the schedule comes out, you sort of map out your season of what you could look at it and see where the heavy loads may be, and you try to factor that into it, and that's why it's so important. I think to set the tone in your initial meeting, to lay out the plan for the year, and all the things that you're going to have to go through and navigate successfully. And this was a little bit unusual because it was done sort of last minute or late, and you had a shortened camp and you only had half of the schedule. And so we knew it would be different. We knew it would be a little more condensed, and you try to factor all those things into it. So you map out the season, what you think it will look like, and oftentimes it'll change as you go along. And you get input from your medical staff, your strength and conditioning people, and then of course your players. You don't know how it will unfold in terms of injuries and other things, illness, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but there's a number of different ways to pace your team. And so over the course of the season, you probably utilize most of those things that you feel will make best use of your time.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Yeah, Tom, you had an interesting line about Obi the other night about the second effort and third effort on defense. What is that? I mean, on the ball defense is something that Obi is doing, but you feel that there are certain intricacies to learning the system that he's still adapting to, and maybe missing summer league was something that really hurt him?
Yeah, I think for all rookies, that's the challenge. You're coming into a new league that has different rules, and you have a skill set of all the players in the league that is a lot different than college. And the lane is different, the rules are different. And then he has to get to know the system that he's in. He has to get to know all the players in the league and the systems that he's going against. And I think each day just coming in and studying, and there's a lot of good things that he's doing each day. But I think the first time through, it's a challenge for every rookie. The second time through will be better. A third time, hopefully better after that. And he's making good, steady progress. He's had some really good sequences. Obviously, there's some sequences where he's still learning and he'll get better at it, but his approach has been terrific.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, everyone. We have Obi Toppin here. If you have a question, please raise your hand. I'll bring you into the room. First question comes from Amanda Hajar from Knicks Digital.
Hey, Obi. Offensively, where do you think your focus is in terms of practice? Do you see yourself more as spreading the floor or posting up as you kind of progress through your first year in the NBA?
I feel like I'm trying to still find my offense, my strength on the offensive side. I feel like everybody's helping me with that, down to the coaches, my teammates, all of those guys is helping me try to find what I'm really good at, and whatever I need to do to help the team win, I'm going to continue working on. So,
Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Obi. We were just talking with another Brooklyn guy, Carmelo, who was talking about, he said that you joined in, I guess, before your last year at Dayton, came to one of his black ops runs, and guys kind of didn't know who it was at first, who you were at first, and opened eyes. Just what do you remember about that, about kind of playing with these guys who you look up to?
yeah, it was an amazing time. I remember I got a call one day asking to come down to the city to play with those guys. Like J.R. Smith was out, Melo, Ennis Cantor, a whole bunch of other guys, C.J. McCollum. Like playing with those guys, like I've watched those guys my whole life. So it's like being able to play on the same court as those guys was amazing. I got a lot of feedback and things I could work on to maintain, like to stay at that level. So all of those guys are great guys, and we play Melo tomorrow. So it's going to be great.
Amanda Hajar, Knicks Digital.
Hey, Obi. What's it like having a guy like Julius Randle? How has he helped you as a player and as a person grow in the league? And what have you kind of learned from him this year so far?
I learned a lot. Jules is a great guy. That's like my big brother of the team. He helps me every step of the way. After every single game, me and him sit down and watch film. He shows me things that he does amazingly, and he shows me things that I do good and bad. Just because he wants me to learn every single day from all of my mistakes, and I feel like having him as a big brother on this team is gonna help me be great. And I ask a lot of questions, and he delivers the answer. So he's a great guy, and everybody should definitely go vote for him for All-Star weekend stuff.
Mike Vorkunov, The Athletic.
Hey, Obi. Obviously you've talked about your love of dunking, and you did it obviously so much at Dayton. Do you feel like you're getting to the rim enough in the league, and are you looking for ways to kind of dunk a little bit more here?
Yeah, like I said before, like I'm still trying to find my offense. It's my first time playing in the NBA, so it's like I'm trying to find what I'm really good at this level. Where we're gonna start. I'm gonna start trying new things, and I'm learning new things every single day that's gonna help me get better every single day. So.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Yeah, with Melo, I mean, is there anything that when you watched him growing up that you try to borrow from him? And also, you talked about trying new things offensively. I mean, what is the difference like at Dayton and to the NBA that you maybe didn't even expect in terms of offense?
Yeah, so for the first part of the question with Melo, I've definitely watched him my whole life. He's a amazing player. He has a really strong post game. He has very good touch. He can work really well in the post. So seeing the different moves that he has, the hezzies, the fakes, all that different things that he got in the post, I'm gonna try and learn from. And for the second part of the question, like I think you asked about like what new things or the difference between college and now. I feel like physicality, speed of the game, those two things are the main things probably that I need to adjust to. So I'm learning every single day, like I said, and I feel like I'm getting better. So.
Last question, Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, Obi, I got two questions. The first one, obviously it's a tight rotation now, and your minutes are coming in bursts. Has Tibbs talked to you about what you need to do to kind of stay on the floor longer? And then the second question is, it sounds like there's going to be a slam dunk contest at All-Star Weekend. Is that something you want to participate in?
So for the first part of the question, I can control what I can control. We have great coaches and we have great players. So I'm just gonna sit there and wait for my time to come. Every opportunity that I'm sitting on the bench, I'm learning through a great player, Julius Randle. Learning from Julius Randle as well. And for the second part of the question, the dunk contest, I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't want to just give y'all an answer, but hopefully I might be able to be there. Hopefully, maybe not. So we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Thank you, Obi. Hey everyone, we have Emmanuel Quickley here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. First question comes from Amanda Hajar from Knicks Digital.
Hey, Emmanuel, as you go through the year and you play different teams with different styles, defensively and offensively, what's your mentality going in and your preparation? Like, how much do you prepare for the team specifically as a player versus how much you kind of worry just about playing your own game no matter what?
I think it's a good balance. On any given night, you worry about who you're guarding, as well as the team you're playing, what type of style they play, and then as well as yourself. How you want to attack them offensively, defensively, and things like that. So I think it's a good balance of a little bit of both.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Being from Maryland, did you ever get a chance to meet Carmelo? And just is there anything you took from watching him on television?
Yeah. I remember when he had 62 at the Garden against the Bobcats. I remember his Denver Nugget days. Without a question, a Hall of Famer. But yeah, I always get a chance to talk to him a lot. Talked to him during my pre-draft in New York while he was out here. Had dinner with him and some other guys. So Melo's somebody that, I'm glad, I got to know him, before I came to the league. He's gave me a lot of good points.
Amanda Hajar.
Hey, Emmanuel, what's it like to have a guy like Julius as a leader and as a teammate in your first year coming into the league?
Oh, it's great. Obviously, him being from Kentucky, we got that tie. But just somebody who he's still on the court, working right now. As I just got off, last one to leave, type mentality, the first one to be in, and he deserves to be an all-star. So it's great to have somebody who sets that example. Coming in as a rookie, I have somebody to look at. It's just somebody who leads on and off the floor.
Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, speaking of Carmelo, I wondered, I know you work with Chris Brickley and he does a lot too. Did you ever get a chance to play with him in any of those pickup games he runs in New York?
No, I only worked out with Chris 2 or 3 times this summer. I was supposed to work out with Melo. Melo hadn't finalized his deal with Portland yet, so he had to cancel. He couldn't make that workout. But just like I said earlier, he's in Maryland all the time, so just to have somebody else who's repping that, Maryland City is pretty cool. Maryland State's pretty cool.
Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, Emmanuel, your move where you kind of get in the lane and then wait for the defender to come at you to draw the foul. That technique, how much of a fine line is there between, hey, I got to draw the foul and try to put up the shot, and I can't have and the other side of it, which is I can't have the refs think that I initiated the contact. You know what I mean? Like, is it a fine line there?
Oh no, I'm initiating all the contact actually, and I want the ref to know that. I feel like all the great players that draw fouls do that, but I mean, my main focus is not trying to draw the foul at first. I'm trying to score. I'm trying to be aggressive, I should say. And then just kind of with feel and kind of continue to play in games. You find out what you can do, what you can get away with, what you can't get away with. But just trying to go in there and be aggressive. I think that's just the main thing. You just feel out the game, whatever happens.
Thank you, Emmanuel.